Yeah, it's me. All right. Yeah, I figured I'd do one last one for the day. I got stuff everywhere. Yeah, it's an organized mess. Pretty much. All right. Here's what we got done. Got another course and a half done. This wall is, especially this little bit of a crown, and that crown, not so much this crown, because remember I tried to minimize it by, trying to be tricky on the back of my go board, but this one is proving to be a little bit of a bugger. So, what am I doing here? Let's see. Yeah, I'm having to do what I have to do, right, to make it work. What I might do is, after everything's all said and done, put my talents of taping and maybe add some mud along this wall to build it up. That'll be interesting. One thing I did want to share with you is with these clips, and I know less is more, but I'm having to put in more because of this wall, because of this crown, and because of this little crown here. But I wanted to share with you, when you're using these clips, don't put them in like that. See the profile of that, right? Because it'll dry that way, and then you'll have that much of a gap. And don't put them in, like this, and don't put them in like that. So, and don't have a lot of thin set if you can help it, because that's just extra cleanup. These are the little things I'm learning, common sense stuff. So, I've been trying to make sure my clips are ready for tomorrow, because once this stuff dries, like say this one here, maybe I'll flip it over. All right. See this one, they're very thin right at this. It's not gonna work either. Yeah, see, now I'm making a mess of it, but that's all right. There's my little sponge. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Try to do this with one hand. Yeah, see, because of the gap I have, that thing would sink really far down in there. You don't want that. You want it nice and level to give you your true 16th, because remember, when the thin set sets, that's it. The memory is built into it. All right. The line is working good. I'm having to really keep an eye on it. So, that's important. I'm trying not to overwet my drywall, because that's just raw drywall right there, sheetrock. There's nothing on there except for the paper. So you don't want to overwet that, because it'll just start, disintegrating, and bad things will happen. So I'm done for the day. I pretty much used all the thin set I made. I got a little bit in there, but not much to do anything, because the next course is of the two big pieces. So I'm going to let this set overnight. I tried to make everything work right as best I could. Right here you see a clip right here. When I back troweled this thing, I had to actually, because I had tension on this one because of this side. So you got to be creative, right? Got to be creative. And I'm still wiping off thin set, and I realized that I've been using a scraper just lightly, and that's fine. I like it. I hope that I like it, because I'm doing it, right? It's my breath. Let me back out. Yeah, I think when all's said and done with this wall, maybe a build out of some drywall compound. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, right? So I'm backing up here with us. All right, so tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow might be a cleanup day, because this place is looking pretty bad. It sure is. Yeah. So tomorrow's Sunday. I'm going to be, I know, too much information, but I've been washing my clothes that I've been working. So if it looks like I'm wearing the same thing, I might be, but they're clean, because I've been cleaning. I've been putting them in a cycle of wash, just about every night, because I can't stand it. So I know, too much information. I'm looking forward to getting those Quadrac. No, wait a minute. Quadrac. It's got a weird name to it. I'll show it to you when, like I said, I ordered 3 different sizes, same molding, but the size of the opening where it's going to cover the edge of the tile, the cut or the factory, right? That's different, right? I think one of them is 3/8, one, I don't know. Like I said, I ordered 3 because I didn't. The description on Home Depot left something to be desired as far as that goes. And I did look on YouTube a little bit, but I said, well, you know what? I got to order them, so let me order 3. And the ones I don't use, I'll just return. No big deal. So that's my plan. I cut a little bit of my go board back on this wall, so you can see the sheetrock, but the jolly's going to stick out. So, I mean, that's going to be good. The one thing we'll have to wait and see is on the other side when I do the shower with the subway tile, how far out. I wasn't planning on coming all the way out to the outside corner with the tile, because if you look over there, no, you won't be able to see it. But it's 36 and change over there. Anyway, it's that could change, and if it does, I wouldn't mind it coming all the way out to the south side corner, just like this. And the only way I could do that would be probably to bump this wall out, add some thickness to the back wall. So when I put the go board on, it actually, adds thickness to the whole back wall, which will add a long, it'll change the whole measurement of that. But we'll see about that when we get to that. All right, we got things we got to get to. But I think it's looking good. Check this out. Yeah, see this? Yeah. I think it's going to be nice with the tub and the deck tile, and Smitty suggested putting a trim like you see in some people's showers, and I'm not a big trim person, like a banding of trim, a different tile. I'm not a big fan of that, because if you get it wrong, like you'll see it in backsplash a lot and showers a lot. They'll put a band. I've seen it go vertical and horizontal. I'm not a big fan of that, because if you don't get the matching right, it can look horrible. So I decided not to do that, just to leave it, what you see. So I even, at once upon a time, I ordered some shelving, some stainless steel corner shelving, little tiny things. Well, not so tiny, as it turned out. But you put them where the grout is, right? And they're little corner shelves. I forget how many I got, 2 or 4. And I was going to use them for the shower, but I decided that there's too much going on in there for those things, and I have that, the niche. So I didn't need it. And in here, I thought it was just too much, because I just wanted to kind of, this is just a tub, right? It's not, I might put something, I don't know, like a piece of artwork or something, like, like I had it in here a while back. It was like a beach setting, you're on the beach in the ocean. Anyway, that's way down the line. I'm not concerned about that right now, but it might need something just to, give it some color, right? So there you have it. Today is Saturday. It was a good day. I made a good batch of thin set. It was a little bit on the thin side, but I did that on purpose because I knew I wanted to do more than I did, because yesterday I made 2 batches. So today I only made the one, and it got me 1 partial tile, 1 big on full tile, and 2 small partials. So that was maybe a third, not even a third, maybe a quarter of a bucket. And this, I still have a bag and a half of the all sets. So, and don't forget, I'm putting the Ditra down, the membrane throughout this entire bathroom except for where the tub is, and that's going to require thin set. And I'm putting the Ditra, this stuff, the waterproofing membrane, in just the shower floor. So I'm putting the Ditra in there, and then I'm going to cover it with the thin membrane, because I'm putting stone in there, right? The stone. And I've done some reading where they say, a lot of people say, that if you're using like a small, like a mosaic or a stone, you don't want to just trowel it, the Ditra, to accept the stone, because a lot of it will seep through and create a big old mess. So I'm going to put the Ditra down, and then the membrane, the waterproofing membrane down on top of that. And I'm doing all the corners and edges. Actually, I'm doing all the corners and edges throughout the bathroom, even over here, right? Because this is kind of like a pseudo wet room, right? Because I have no curb in my shower, so, and I've got, you know, a nice glass door system I'm going to be putting up, but you know, I anticipate water coming out, and you know, it's just, so that's fine. You know, I mean, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a wet room, right? So that's all right. All right, it's getting really long. I'll leave you with this beautiful shot. Wait, let me get some light on back there. Yeah, look at that. I'll leave you with this beautiful shot right here. So thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good weekend, and stay tuned. There's going to be more to come.